oh Jesus, you're gonna feel like you've been unicized, like it's
no
like,
Peloton for you, sir.
It's like Game of Thrones, and you've done been nutted, so you can go hang around the royals.
Done been nutted.
You've done been nutted. That's what you're gonna feel like. That's what's gonna occur to me. Like, I'm gonna think about like lining up for this surgery and having them prepare me, looking at some doctor in the face and going, "Oh, you're not gonna cut my nuts off? Sure, right."
Come on! The weekend has landed. All that exists now is clubs, drugs, pubs, and parties. I've got 48 hours off from the world, man. I'm gonna blow steam out of my head like a screaming kettle. I'm gonna talk cod shit to strangers all night. I'm gonna lose the plot on the dance floor. The free radicals inside me are freaking, man. Tonight I'm 𝓚𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓂. I'm Peter Popper. I'm going to Never Neverland with my chosen family, man. We're gonna get more spaced out than Neil Armstrong ever did. Anything could happen tonight, you know? This could be the best night of my life. I've got 73 quid in my back burner. I'm gonna wax the lot, man. The Milky Bars are on me!
And now, live from Rule 34 Studio, I bring you a girl whose desires are usually larger than her puss. Here she is, your host, the one, the only, Kinky Katie.
Hello, and welcome to the show. This is Kinky Katie's World number 453. I am your host, Kinky Katie. And with me, as always, is the one and only, my favorite flesh-covered toy, Mr. SC.
Right.
I'm highly medicated and caffeinated at the moment.
Okay.
I got my blueberry coffee rocking.
I don't really know
so
what that means. I don't really know.
It means I might be a little more worse than usual.
Okay, that's saying something. Right.
Got to. We are coming to you live from Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com and RadioChaos.net. Yeah. We've got a lot of stuff to talk to you about tonight.
Right.
I think so.
Promises.
Promises.
Right.
Well, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens.
Okay.
But, yeah. Oh, okay. So first thing I want to start off with, like right off rip, is if you're into it, you're into it. Cool. I'm not king shaming you or anything like that. But I don't get the feet thing. I really don't get foot fetishes. I don't. Like, I just don't.
Really? Huh.
And I know even to some people doing that, a thing called a shoey, where they pour a beer in someone's shoe and drink it.
Or their own shoe a lot of times. A lot of times it's just their own shoe.
I think that's what makes me want to retch when I see that is, I mean, it really does make me gag. Was the time.
Well, no, like a lot of things, all of a sudden, like more people start paying attention to one thing or another, and it just becomes more normalized, and then everybody in there, because it's like, I love feet too. Because we've talked about this one time before, and I'm gonna just say it like real quick. I'm not gonna get into the details. You can look it up later. Right.
But it was a bukkake video, and a bunch of guys all jizzed in a high heel, and
then she downed it.
And you can see everything, so.
You just gotta think it's all fake, and then you can get through the story, usually.
Yes.
Just go, no, that was all fucking a pina colada mix there. That's all.
That's all but even then, I think that would make me hork worse. Coconut!
Okay, see, but now you're almost making it seem like how bad could it really be? Because like pina colada mix, that is delicious. Put some rum in there, a little bit of ground up shaved ice, and we have a fucking delicious drink.
Yeah, but just a colada.
Springtime is coming.
A pina colada, like a peen.
Yeah,
little peen. You guys are going to want to look up the show notes when this comes out, because there are going to be a couple links to some surgical galleries you are going to want to fucking see, and we will talk about those later on in the show.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't think
my God.
I'm going to miss any surgery galleries, really. I'm okay.
Oh, you're going to have to see them when you do the thing.
Yeah, but like,
you post it anyway.
I can wait.
I'm going to show them to you while we're talking about it.
Okay.
Oh my God. When I told you earlier, the things that I have seen today.
Right.
I was not fucking kidding.
Okay.
I think that, I'm a little tweaked in the head, but I think we know that already.
Okay. Wow. So are you going to talk about said galleries here? Or you're going to leave me hanging, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it later.
You're going to forget all about it, and you're not going to mention it again. Is what's going to happen?
No, it's on my list.
All right,
it's on my list.
I'll keep track.
All right, so this is a question that if you were listening to the pre-show, that someone had sent in. I don't know if they want to remain anonymous or not, so I'll just say initials JM. And they sent me a tweet to ask, it says, will you ask why it's socially
Isn't
okay?
Just Matt? Just Matt, right? JM? Just Matt? I'm kidding. I don't know.
Okay, I'm like,
how would I know?
Like, am I supposed to know this?
Anywho. That's kind of the point. You okay over there?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No.
Anyway, go on.
We've
Sorry.
already established
I derailed
this.
you. Back on track.
Yeah, it's blonde hair tonight.
Back on track. Snowpiercer.
Right.
Go on, get to the front of the train.
I can't. Okay. Is it socially okay for single people of any preference to explore their sexuality? But if married, couples that are straight want to somehow, the man is immediately condemned as the no man, his wife becomes the only woman it's okay to call a whore.
But, okay, you're going to have to decipher that for me because the translation between what was typed, your head and then your mouth and then back out to the world. I don't know what happened there.
I was reading it as it was sent to me.
Okay. Let's break this down here.
Okay, I think it says, is it okay that that why is it okay that single people, no matter who they're into or what they're into, it's like cool for them to explore their sexuality. But if you're married,
right.
Like a man and a woman, immediately it's like, oh, the chick's a whore. And the dude's not.
Where like from the people who are married, why is it that the people who are married have that opinion of single people or
no, like why is it socially? It says why is it socially okay for the single people to be like we free love, but if you're married, then people who are like they're into that.
Well, it's their pre notion of like what a marriage is. Like, obviously, it's going to be monogamous. That's the only way. You got married. You guys aren't fucking other people, right? Right. God and country and all.
The sanctity of marriage. Well, yeah, you can still have that. And
that's
still
like
go bangy bangy.
You could do that if you want to, or not, or however you feel like rocking it. Really.
Right.
You're
saying
married.
You have to. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just it's. Older people are dying. Hate to say it, but older people are dying, and the people who have certain opinions like that, they're dying out. So it's gonna be. I mean, soon everyone's just gonna be just fucking everybody, and it won't even matter. And I mean, it shouldn't matter now, but
well, no, but there's plenty of young people who are still rolling along with the same train. Like,
of course,
when you go out and you see the girl wearing a skimpy outfit, stupid, like.
Slut.
It happens all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, hopefully less now than it did before, but
it's like 2 nights ago, you were wearing like close to that same outfit, and you're 12 years older than her.
There are an awful lot of ladies who like to hate on other ladies just in general, you know, just because they're pretty.
It's part of our nature.
I don't know what it is. It's not like across the board.
Everybody's competition.
But I'm sitting in front of one right now who gets weird in front of girls sometimes.
I do get weird because I act like a guy. I act like a guy so bad. I mean, if you're wearing a low-cut top, I will stare at your tits, and I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I have no idea. I'm not paying attention to what you're saying because I'm concentrating too hard on going, look at her eyes, look at her eyes, look at her eyes, no, look at her tits, and look at her tits, and look at her tits. I mean, because you can tell, because I always tell when people give me the little quick, look down. But I will sit there and stare as they're talking and be like, boobs. It's just, it's creepy.
That's not even what I'm talking about, though. What I'm talking about is you'll get like if there is a girl that is in front of you that, let's say in your mind, you think she's a lot prettier than you are.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for that girl to work her way into being a friend of yours.
Yeah.
Like, hot girls have to work a lot harder for you to even talk to them at all. In a civil way. I mean, you'll talk to them and be like, yeah, nice hair, honey, but the bangs are a little like you'll have weird little passive aggressive things that you'll say.
I know.
Right.
Why do I do that? I know why I do that, but still.
You're bully. You felt like you were picked on, so I
was picked on all the majority of my life.
You're just throwing elbows and shit.
I am.
Right.
I'm old. Fuck it. I don't care.
And I have to go, hey, why don't you just whatever, just judge people on face value, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. You'd live a happier life if you just kind of think better of people, and then if it turns out they're not better, what's no skin off your ass anyway. It's just somebody you're talking to online, so it's whatever. If the person turns out to be a dickbag, well, okay, I don't talk to you anymore. Real simple.
It has nothing to do with what we were talking about with the girls.
Yeah, well, hating on girls and just assuming that if you're single, it's okay to be promiscuous, and yet if you're married, it's that whole attitude.
Right.
In general terms,
swingers or whatever.
You would think it has something to do with being married, not married, but
it doesn't.
Or maybe that it's something that men put on women, which to some extent I'm sure they do, but. That's not the only. My point was ladies will do it to other ladies, just as quick as a dude will do it to a lady.
Yeah.
Jump right on their shit for being a little hoary.
Yes, I know.
Well,
that I do know. I mean, it doesn't make it right.
Yeah. Well, you don't really jump on girls for being slutty though, so much.
But I mean, a lot of the
that's
times,
not usually what the things that the flaws that you find in women are not that you won't be bitching about that at all.
Well, no. I'll say something and then they'll be like, you're such a hypocrite. I'm like, yeah, I know, but the reason I'm saying it is because I care about you and I don't want you to do the same stupid shit that I did. Don't be like me. Make me an example.
Pots, kettles, and glass houses, bitch. You fucked what you wanted to fuck. Why is that good for you and not for me? Huh? Jesus, lady.
I have monkey AIDS.
Well, no, but there's nothing. The point is, there's nothing wrong with any way you feel like rocking it.
No, there's not.
If the person that you're with is cool with how you like to be, then that's the idea, right? Right?
I know. I know. But I mean, this was back before it was empowerment, and it was just, and I had sex with a married man, and I was telling my friend, I'm like, don't do that. She's like, you did. I'm like, yeah, I did, but doesn't make it right.
Right. Right.
But I mean, if you want to, go for it.
And my favorite thing to do anyway is, anytime I don't really, but if I'm around somebody and they have an issue with how I live or whatever, I lean right into it. I mean, it becomes a level 10 issue for them because I'm going to show it to you right in front of you. I can't not be if I find out that somebody is like, well, you and your wife are married and you went to a fetish club and did this, that, and the other, it'd be like, yeah.
You want to see pictures?
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Lean right into it.
Yeah. No. I've gotten that way before where I was like, oh, you have a problem? This is bothering you? You have a problem with this?
And they won't necessarily say that they do, but you can tell that they do. And we're both really good about just leaning right on them and immediately just freaking them out 10 ways from Sunday.
Or even if we know one of them out of the two of them and they're like, no, giving you that we don't know each other thing. It's like, oh, fuck you. It's like,
oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You kind of like it when you get your butthole licked at the same time I was fucking your face. I remember that, right? You had a little Dotson back then.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Oh, for sure. I think I got pictures. Hang on one second.
It's like, you got pictures? Because I think I took a video. Oh, my God. Anyway. There was so anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Or not.
Or not. I mean, not. I don't know.
We were deciphering.
Look at it. I'll get a tweet.
Maybe
say like, what?
What? No, it's not what I was talking about at all. Jesus Christ.
You guys start talking about something, then you totally went off on a different direction.
Well, some things require extra details, that's all.
Sorry. There was a Hooters waitress that was taken into custody for allegedly dipping hot wings in her vagina on and off her period to rude customers.
Were they sauced? Tell me they were sauced. Like, were they sauced before she put them, like, in the snooze? Before she snooze wiped them?
I would say no.
But, you know, it's almost, whatever. How is that a punishment? What's going on here?
What if she had like a yeast infection? It was like blue cheese dip.
Okay, you eat sourdough bread. You don't have a problem with that at all. That's just yeast floating around in the air. I mean, what are we talking about here? Because that yeast is the yeast that landed on that snatch. Like, right. All of a sudden, that's forbidden yeast. What are we doing here?
Forbidden yeast.
Yeah, no. What's the problem? There are people who would pay extra for that, for a little extra bean dip on the bean dip.
You know, there are people that do. They make their own bread and yogurt out of their own culture.
Yeah, we talked about that a few times. Different things. Yogurt, there was a group of people. Breads, there was a group of, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just yeast. It's the same. I mean, what is the difference between one yeast and another yeast? I think flavor.
Bacteria, but that is yeast.
Yeast, that is the culture. Right. What are we talking about here? It's not sanitary. When you cook it, what's the problem? I don't know, though. It's a Hooters waitress. She's probably cute. You know what I mean?
There's a picture of her. I clicked off of it.
She's a little juicy, probably walking around all day, get sweaty, and
Well, yeah, she's got her little shorts on and shit.
Right.
She's got nice tits.
Right. Oh, come on. What are we talking about here?
Esperanza.
Ooh. God.
No, I don't know what that's name.
Which I wonder if she was doing like a little hex over the back of it there and like trying to eat my inner, you know what I mean, witch type thing. It always involves something that comes from a pussy.
But yeah, because that was like in Midsummer or Midsommar, however you want to fucking pronounce it.
Schmork.
Yeah,
Schmork.
One of the things, if like the Schmork wanted you, she would put her freaking period blood in your drink and she would fucking bake some of her peebs in your food.
Peebs.
He's like,
Pube. Right.
And he's like, whatever, because they keep feeding him drugs.
Sounds like a party to me, really.
It actually looked pretty fun. Like it looked like something that we would do.
Right. We would end up there.
A whole bunch of people. And they're like,
lean right in. I mean, that was the problem.
Grammy.
The ones who didn't lean into the project just weren't. You didn't lean into the project. If you leaned into the project, you would have lived through it and you'd have been fine.
Right.
Like, you would have been just living another existence high on mushrooms, rubbing around in Schmork
and just dancing around in like muslin gauzes.
Having weird group breathing orgies and stuff. What are we talking about? On a bunch of psychedelics? Yeah, that'd work out. That'd work out pretty good.
Group sex and inbreeding.
I mean, I could get right into that. I don't think I would have a problem at all. Like, it would seem weird, but I have drugs. I don't know.
A lot of it too.
Right. We're farmers.
They have
too.
like gigantic cooler. Yeah, but then when you're 72, you're like, that's your.
You jump. Yeah.
Die.
Okay. Well, see, you know exactly when you're gonna. You don't have to wonder about anything. You don't have to like have anxiety about when this is going to happen, what's going to go on. No,
you don't have to have anxiety. I would.
I'm going to come of age and just make sure I go head first off of this cliff. I'm not going feet first.
Oh my God. It's like, please do not take your mallets and try to fucking win the teddy bear,
Well, maybe please do take your mallet and win the me. Maybe just that way I know what that's it. Let's end it here.
Yeah, well,
it's my time.
Definitely, of course. Let's end here. But I mean, I'm saying if you jump, I don't want to fucking survive it. That's like on a plane crash.
That's what I'm saying.
As Ron White said, I don't want to limp away from this.
It's going to have to be one of those things where you're practicing cliff diving as you're growing up.
Oh my God, that gives me the goosebumps.
That way, like you can practice your aligning your body, feeling your body in the air, knowing that you're going head first, right? Just so you could do a nice swan dive right at the end. Splat. Right?
Splat.
Right. Yeah, at least you go down with some kind of style. Something.
Maybe not very good at it, though.
I mean, right at the end, too, the last few months, you just start, like, power bombing the shroomage. I mean, by the end of it, I would have convinced myself that, like, you know what I mean? God, I'd have been totally cool with it. Fine.
Last week he was Stefan. Today he is Stefan a rock.
Right.
Oh my God.
Wow. And all the breathing orgies that you get to have with the foreigners that you kidnapped and then get to murder with stuff. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun, really. It's not bad at all. It could just be the schmore genetics working in our blood, though. You know what I mean? We're like, oh, this doesn't sound too bad. I know we're both Nordic people, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's just some sort of genetic memory for us where we're like, hey, I don't know, seems like a good way to live. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so some of the stuff that I was looking at today.
Right.
Get ready.
Okay.
Get ready.
I'm not worried. Can't scare me. You're on the other side of the table.
I was looking at, because I've always wanted to know, what does it look like after you get sexual reassignment surgery, right?
Okay.
I've asked that before. I wanted to see it at a real person, because I don't know. I just didn't. I mean, I knew what I could look up online, but I was like, I don't know if there's going to be much that I could. I was more curious to see in a real life, because you know, people can doctor pictures, even the
filters.
Right.
You get that new Pornhub pussy filter.
It's like, damn,
really?
That is some good artwork.
They can like do your eyebrows without doing your eyebrows. I'm sure they could do a little nip and tuck with the little curtains going on there, or not, whatever you got.
Well, this is all going from male to female.
Okay.
Sexual reassignment. And
those are the ones that actually have the female to male, that there's hormones, really, for the most part, right?
No.
But do people get implants of some sort or another?
Well, people get implants, yes, but I'm talking about the bottom surgery.
No, I know. I'm talking about the bottom surgery, too. There really isn't a bottom surgery to go from female to male, is there?
Yeah, they cut everything off.
Okay, but you still have an opening down there.
They make a vagina.
No. You're going the opposite way. Yes, I am aware they can make a vagina out of a penis. Yes. The other way around, they do not have a good surgery to go to a dick.
No, but I've got pictures of those too.
Okay, so
and they look a little weird.
So any of the surgeries, it's always going to be male to female, because they don't really have a surgery to go the other way around. Like any of the pictures you have, you're whatever. Once you have a vag, you can't get a dick really yet.
There's a couple of galleries that I have where some are better than others.
Okay.
Like some actually you're like, oh my God, that looks like a fucking puss.
Okay.
Like that's a puss.
Well, they're plastic surgeons. I'm sure they know what a puss looks like.
But even
that's what they're going for.
But the whole thing, even on the same surgery website, there's like 3 different kinds you can get. And one kind, I was like, oh my God, it just looks like it looks bad.
Okay. Maybe it feels better though.
Maybe, but then there's another version where it looks really, really good. And most of these people, I feel so bad, is they're a little older, most of them, not all of them, but when you're older, your balls get wrinkly and like bumpy, and now your pussy lips, they look like balls because that's what they use.
I've seen an awful lot of pussy lips that look like balls.
What? I don't know. So, I mean,
like a little ball sack down there.
Well, these aren't like a little,
like in your husband's underwear. It looks like you got some balls.
Huh? Why are you staring at me? Oh. All right. Okay. Oh, no, that's fine. You can still lust after Pay Money Webby's Tumblr cup.
Dude, that Tumblr cup girl on his cup.
Subs.
It is an epic drawing. It has step. What are we talking about here? Obviously, I'm into the fat pussy. So what are we doing?
I know that it's a great fucking picture.
Why would you ever be offended by me saying, yeah, you have a pussy that's fat, right? Yeah, I am into it. Obviously, into it, right? The Pay Money Wubby cup it basically it's a streamer that made a cup for his. Anyway, he has a design for something that he came out with, and it's a really good anime.
It is good.
Yeah, nice.
It's a good picture.
Meaty mitt down there.
Well, they had to tone it down. So I want to know what it looked like before.
I think he said they just had a little bit more definition.
There was no definition in the puss.
Just one line, I think. They took out a line just so you can't see actual lip separation in this
no
cup.
toe.
No actual toe. No, but see, that is an ideal puss for me. Like, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, I'm not going to hurt it.
You're not going to hurt it.
I'm not going to hurt it. I mean, I can't do anything to that where it's not delicate.
Anything to that.
Right. I mean, you know how I am. It has to be something I can like fucking,
toss
handle.
around a bit.
It can't be dainty. Really, it doesn't work so well.
Yeah, there's no dainty fucking for you.
Right.
That's just how it is.
So freshly installed vag for if you have old nuts, you're just gonna have old pussy lips. I mean, whatever. Who cares?
Well, and they also have scrotal reduction.
Okay. Yeah,
so
I mean,
when you get older and you get like hanging
cutting
nuts,
off some skin off.
yeah, like you have women who have facelifts and shit. You can get a ball lift.
I just think about like cutting a bunch of skin off of your nutsack and walking around, sitting, laying down.
It wouldn't be in the way.
Okay, but like healing from that would be a no go.
Maybe it's not that bad.
What are you talking about? Maybe it's not
it's
that bad.
Just skin. They're not cutting your balls.
Okay, that's in a hard place to like not bump into all the time while it's trying to heal up. Like, how do I lay in bed? How do I do? Anytime you move, it's going to be, oh Jesus, you're going to feel like you've been unicized, like.
No
like,
Peloton for you, sir.
It's like Game of Thrones, and you've done been nutted, so you could go hang around the royals.
Done been nutted.
You've done been nutted. That's what you're going to feel like. That's what's going to occur to me. Like, I'm going to think about like lining up for this surgery and having them prepare me. Looking at some doctor in the face and going, "Oh, you're not going to cut my nuts off?" Sure, right. Right. Realize I know where you live. Just understand this. If you get any weird, you sneeze and I don't have something, I'm going to be really mad at you, bro. Like, really, really mad.
Well, the picture that I saw too, I guess it was to make his little grub worm of a dick look bigger.
Okay.
Because it was number one.
To reduce the nuts so you get some extra cock and spiel.
Well, number one, it was a sweater. It was uncut, so already I didn't like it. It looked like a goddamn earthworm or a grub.
It's not your style.
It was really small.
Not your style.
But it was really small, too.
Really?
So imagine if you've got this tiny little gorilla dick with a sweater.
Okay.
And these gigantic nuts.
Okay. Well, that's what you have.
It would make it look even smaller.
What do you mean?
Well, exactly. But what if they're too big? Your nuts are too big.
I don't understand that in any way. I've always talked about that where somebody, and it could be anybody, guy, girl, anything, that I like big balls. Okay. I don't understand this at all.
I like big balls.
I mean, I just, but like just in general, I don't, the whole concept of any kind of a nutsack is a good looking nutsack to me is just like, no, they all look like nutsacks. Like if I met you and I literally was like, hey, nutsack, what's up? You would take that in a bad way. You know why? Because nutsacks are fucking ugly. It doesn't matter what they are, high and tight, low and hangy.
There's some people that like balls.
It does not matter. This is what I'm saying.
There are some people that like balls.
What is wrong with them? Why do they like balls?
Olives.
But what do you?
That's why.
Those are gross too. It's all gross. What is wrong?
I like olives.
Okay. This is my point. Proves my point.
But
really.
I'm not obsessed with balls, though. I'm not like, oh my God, it's balls.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, you'll hear one guy talking to another guy about, that dude's got really big nuts. What?
They're the size of truck nuts. You should see them. Oh my God, they're beautiful.
I don't think I want
Breathtaking.
big balls. I think I just want them to kind of just hang nice and close to me so I don't get hurt. Other than that,
Well, you could buy special underwear where you could put ice pouches in there so they're always
yeah,
like
no,
tight,
okay,
tight.
You know, you frostbite nuts. No, thank
Say
you.
frostbite. I didn't say stick directly. Say like your nuts stick.
Okay, I mean, I've seen what the freezer will do to a chicken breast. So, I mean, obviously putting an ice pack on my ball sack, probably. I mean, we're looking at a freezer burn situation here.
Oh, well.
Really, what I'm saying is I don't want to fuck with my nuts. I just want to leave them alone. Let them live where they got to live. Be nice to them. Try not to jostle them around. Keep them from getting panged into by something or other.
Don't run around the woods naked.
Okay,
you
yeah.
could snag a nut
I could manage
on a branch.
I could do that for my nuts. I think I could do that. Solid for my nuts.
That's always, then that's a score because you're always like, yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
can do it.
I can like not bring it out in the sun. You know, that's easy.
Well, then how do
It's
you?
another easy one.
Well, then what are you gonna wear? Like a jock strap when you tan your asshole?
But I'm not tanning my asshole. What do you mean? I'm not tanning any part of me.
You could get some more D on
No.
your taint.
I don't want to. No, I'm fine. I have enough D.
Do
I have
you?
plenty of D. And if I want any, believe me, there'll be some dude that I meet somewhere that'll be trying to give me D.
No kidding.
You know,
Like
it's just
here.
inevitable. It's gonna happen.
It does.
You know.
All right, well, we're going to go to episode of Rule 34. And when we come back, I actually have someone who had said they talked about their very first time trying out the new chassis. Yeah, like how it felt the first time she got fucked.
Okay.
All right, so enjoy. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Kinky Katie's World, Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com and RadioChaos.net. You can get me on Twitter at KinkyKatieRadio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, KinkyKatieRadio@gmail.com. You can Google me because I like it. You can also get me on Instagram and YouTube. So like, subscribe, and share. What?
You're having a hard time there.
I am. Because after every time we go on break, you just
Yeah.
re-up.
You power bomb everything.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. I got my little mushroom. I got my little one up.
Right.
Plus, you always do that too, because you know I get all fucky uppy. You're like, okay, let's hit her with something.
What do you mean? I just look for music because I like to listen to new music. So I try to find new music to listen to.
Yeah, but you know what bakes my noodle and what doesn't.
Okay. Or just something with a fat beat, which is, typically what I'm looking for anyway. If it's nothing to do with you.
That's true.
You think it's all about you. No, that's because I just want an excuse to listen to some music. And so I find a beat that I like. That's it.
I'm just messing with you.
It just works out that way. It's pretty easy to get you coming out of break, to be honest.
I know it is.
Anything that has any kind of a tempo change in it, that's it. Your mind just breaks down. You don't know what to do.
I have pudding.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
Fat beat brain.
Hey, what is Mary short for?
What?
What is Mary short for?
God damn it. I've heard, different things. There are Mary Ann's. There are. What are we talking about
It's
here?
because she's got no legs.
Really? Mary Ann has no legs?
No, Mary. What is Mary short for? Because she's got no legs.
God,
Wow.
What is wrong with you? What are we doing?
Do we have to explain this every single show?
God, no.
Hey, well, why can't dinosaurs clap?
Because they don't have arms, really.
Because they're dead.
There's no help for you, really. I mean, there's no help. I mean, you're not shattering any stereotypes, really. You're part of the problem, is what I'm telling you. You're part of the problem.
I know. That's why the second half is always so much more fucked up than the first half. That's why all you people that click out too soon, you start listening to her like on YouTube and then you don't get it like after a few minutes and you're like, fuck this shit. But then they don't get to like the good stuff.
Okay. Okay, this being the good stuff is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You're like,
right. Sure. Okay.
Right. Paco thinks so.
Does he? He came here to straighten your ass out.
You came to be boss kitty?
Paco Libre, the sergeant of the house kitties, decided to just hop up on the fucking studio table and check us out.
He was kind of giving me a glare, like, what are you doing?
Right. This is what I'm saying.
Mommy,
Paco knows.
Dumb.
Paco knows.
Okay, so there is. I saw an article. It had 3 people talking about their first time that they had their new pussy fucked. Okay. But there's only one that I'm going to talk about.
Right.
So
their refurb.
The refurb. Yeah. This is the first time they had sex post-op. It was a one-night stand. First, I had never had that before.
Wow.
So,
it's a weird time to bust out with your first one-night stand. You got a brand new pussy. You're going to take it out for a spin and you've never done this before?
Well, maybe. Well,
I'm just saying. It seems
she's never had a one-night stand. It's not like she's never had, like she fucked someone else.
But yeah,
when she was a he.
Okay, so she just wanted some rando just in case it got weird,
right?
So she could walk away.
Right.
That makes sense.
Like, hey, do you know I'm rebuilt?
But it seems like a lot of firsts, though. You know what I mean? Like on the face of it, it seems like it's gonna be a disaster. Like that's going to be 10 awkward situations all at once.
Well, here's the thing. It says, before I was drinking a martini at the bar by myself, I got talking to the bartender. He was very charming, attractive, and definitely much younger than me. So he doesn't know what older pussy looks like. It says, we went back to his house and we had a lot of sex.
Okay.
I can't remember having that much sex when I was married. It says, it wasn't that I didn't like it. I just always felt as if something wasn't right within myself, like deep within my body. It finally felt like it functioned.
Okay.
So that's that.
So she had a good time.
Yeah, she had a great time.
Okay.
Like there's a couple of people. This one,
she didn't wear that pussy out like right off the bat. I mean, like if you get new brakes on your car, they say to be easy on it for the first 500 miles or whatever. Is it the same thing with a newly installed upgraded model?
I actually have some information about that.
Do you?
I do.
Huh.
For once, I actually did some.
No, actually, what you want to do is you really want to stress test it.
No,
it's like when you have tendon surgery. You want to go right after aggressively. You want to go really aggressively right after it. So you break it in and wear it in the way you need it, like a ball mitt. It kind of is a ball mitt, really.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you about it because I kind of wrote.
Because I had one when I was a child after a horrible bicycle accident.
Shut up.
I know all about it.
If they don't know it by now, then they don't fucking know it. And we don't have to get into it.
Right.
Right.
All right. So what are you looking for over there? I see you like attempting to read things.
Well, because
it's all hieroglyphs.
I thought it was like, I'm like, okay, it's like a quarter of the way down is what I have in my little notes. So there was things, it was, like what actually happens as you go through your healing process with your new pussy and what you shouldn't do. Like it says, like, cause they say, how long do you have to wait before you can,
yeah.
Take her out for a test drive.
Right. Do you want to do this on your own with some toys or like what's the break-in process here?
Exactly.
Do I need to put like some oil on it, put a baseball in it and tie it up overnight or?
There are things that they have to do to, they're kind of, they're like stints for your puss.
Stints.
That they put in to help hold it open, the cavity open while it heals.
Right. So it doesn't.
They said it's, heal back together.
Right.
And they said for a long time, for a little while, it kind of looks like you have a stoma, kind of like a prolapsed
pussy. Like a windsock hanging out of your windsock.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. It's interesting, and it said that you have to. No, honey, I don't want you to get one. I like your tackle.
I feel the uncomfortableness.
I like taking your balls
God.
and like pulling them up, and it looks like a heart.
Okay.
You should try that out there next time. Get some balls and try out, or if you're take a picture and then you can send it to someone and write like I heart you.
Huh. That reminds me of there was a movie at one point in time where there was a monster and anyway, the monsters were like these skin things, and they would wrap around things, and they would, and then when they were done, it would like bones would fall out. That's what I think about when you're talking about bat winging something. You know what I mean? I think it was maybe it was Dark Crystal. I don't know. Maybe it was Dark Crystal. Maybe it wasn't.
I don't remember that from Dark Crystal. It wasn't
Dark. They were like, maybe it was Conan the Barbarian. I'm not sure. I'm telling you, there is a movie, an old school movie,
Black Cauldron,
kind of were like giant bat-looking things, kind of, but they had arms and shit, and they would get wrapped around you, and you would be inside of their like bat wing, and you would, and then when they would just digest you, and they'd open their wings, and your bones would fall down. That would be the only thing they didn't eat. I don't know what movie it came from.
All right, breathe. No, I have no fucking clue.
I just had the idea that if that worked the same with the bat wing and
I don't know, but it says you have to. They suggest 3 to 6 years, if not longer.
Of
no fucky. Or maybe it was months.
Okay.
It's probably 3 to 6 months.
That sounds pretty fucking stark.
And I would say try it out at home. Like, get yourself a vibrator and check it out, because I wouldn't go willy-nilly and be like, well, I've never stuck anything in this before. Let's just get like a big old BBC and fucking rail it.
Let's just find somebody at a bar randomly to rail me all night mercilessly.
Yes, some young kid with absolute like zero refractory time.
Right. You start slipping blue chews into his drinks all night. It's like, I don't know what it is. I can't it won't go away. I've had a hard on for the last 3 hours.
Oh my God.
I don't know, honey. Maybe we go to my house.
Maybe. Huh?
I got some new tires on the car. Want to try them out? Like snow tires. Same thing.
We had talked a little bit. Now, I remember what I want to talk about. See, I want to make sure I got to it before we before we didn't.
Sure.
No.
Right.
You don't even know, do you?
Well, that was all of the I thought that was all about the surgery. That was what I was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was, because.
I thought it was about another thing that I talked about in the pre-show.
You said something about like having a bunch of pictures of stuff, a gallery. You've seen stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, that I did get to that.
Yeah.
I have like 4 fucking galleries for you to look at, even from the male to female to male. They added dick to me, the fucking, and it's weird because it's so smooth and it's got like this mushroom cap. You know what? I'm gonna show you a picture.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. It's all right. Back.
Yeah, no, I think you should see it.
You like medical procedures? I'm not. I'm okay without medical procedures. I don't like.
Not all the time. It doesn't. I don't have to have. Oh yeah, I could. Okay, check that out.
No, but
check it out.
Fine. I don't. Okay, it looks like a cock.
Sort of.
Yeah, kind of. Sure.
It looks like a very bad.
I've seen worse looking cocks. Really.
It's kind of like a sex toy you would get, like a quote unquote realistic dildo that you would get off a Wish or something, or like Etsy.
So is there any feeling in that newly installed dick?
I believe that there is, because I think they get the skin, they do a skin graft either from your arm or your leg or something. Sometimes they even attach it to a part of your body to let the let blood get to it and get some nerves and stuff like that going, so you can actually feel it.
That dude who grew a dick on his arm or whatever we talked about a long ass time ago. Was it a dick on his arm? I think he grew a dick on his arm.
Or a toe or something.
Was it a toe?
Could have been a toe, but no, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yes. So like, let's say maybe like on your side, you've got a fucking, you got a
cock
on your rib cage.
I mean,
Yeah, I believe that there is, because I think they get the skin, they do a skin graft either from your arm or your leg or something. Sometimes they even attach it to a part of your body to let the let blood get to it and get some nerves and stuff like that going, so you can actually. I've slid my finger down across that spot, and sometimes you're like, "What the fuck?"
Well, because I can feel underneath it. Like, I can feel the stuff under it, but the actual skin itself, it's nothing. It's the same thing as my pinky. My pinky's weirder, but
I know his torture spots, and I exploit them.
Yeah, scars. Yeah, you go right at the scars, and yeah, because they feel weird. Yeah, it's real nice. Real nice.
I didn't say it was nice. Whatever, dude.
But we did find out earlier tonight that you do like to get your face fucked, so there's that. There's always that.
Shut up. All right. So, well, then that does kind of just roll into what I was going to talk about next. Is there was someone that asked a question, and it wasn't to me, it was to someone else, and I was like, I should ask you guys out there. It said, is it normal that I like to watch my wife get gangbanged? Because remember we were just talking about what's his nuts who was giving Charlie shit?
Yeah, right.
Moist
there
Critical.
Were two streamers that were getting in a pissing contest, but one of them has a way bigger clout dick than the other. Like, it's so much bigger of a clout dick.
Charlie, right?
Yeah, Charlie's clout dick is massive. Millions and millions of people follow him and watch his shit. Then the other dude's a smaller dude. Anyway, there was streamer beef.
Anyway. And what I'm saying is, this question, and it's not from either of them involved, but it just made me think of it. It says, is it normal I like to watch my wife get gangbanged? Because he does.
Oh, not everybody's into it, so normal, but...
Right, but if you like it, then yes. So, but if you do like it, or anything really, you need to lean into it, and you need to...
don't be a pussy about it.
You need to admit it.
This is what I like.
Because that's what helps normalize everything. Because if you like watching your wife get gangbanged, then dude, go ahead.
Why are you being ashamed about I love watching her get railed. Okay, then love watching her get railed.
And there was the story that you told me earlier about the strip club.
I told you a story about a strip club?
You did.
I did? I don't remember. Oh, yeah. No.
At first I'm like, uh-oh.
No,
Should I not say anything?
I don't care. I don't remember any of these people's names anyway.
Okay. Because I could tell the story because I remember it.
Well, no. The idea being that there are things that people are into that you don't really... If you're going to be into something and somebody is...
Don't be ashamed.
Just don't be ashamed of what you're into. Like, if you're going to be into it and you're going to make the decision to talk about it publicly...
Right.
Like, you're talking to your friends about how you like to watch your wife get railed or whatever it is that you're into that's not what a lot of people are into.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to do that, stay with it. Don't make excuses while your friends are there. If they try to say something in the realm of like, oh, did you like watching your wife get railed? What's your problem? Be like, fuck yeah, bitch. That shit was hot. She was having a good old time riding that day. Like,
because he started off being nice about it, and then they started like fucking with him, and he's like, no.
But obviously you did.
And then you went back 2 days later to a different party.
You've done it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So the point being, there was a guy that I knew, a football coach, and we were at a strip club, and this guy loved to put his tongue into strippers' assholes. Like, it wasn't even, he would say, like, I don't even like doing this to girls that I'm with necessarily. But a stripper butthole, I want to put my tongue up in it. I just want to get all up in that ass. Exactly the way he would say it. And we would bust his balls because we're at the strip club and he is like tongue deep in about a dozen different stripper butts.
Tongue fucking some fart boxes.
Right. Because we kept paying strippers to say, we'd ask him, say, hey, how much to have him stick his tongue in your ass? They'd be like, throw me a 50, throw him 50. And he just would go into it, and it wouldn't matter. This is all a bunch of football players that stuff like that. It to them is like, you're gonna do what? And they were riding his ass, and that dude just stood up and said, "Fuck yeah, you don't know what you're missing." and just but would continually be, and after a while, nobody fucks with him anymore. And you just laugh about it. You literally just start sending girls over to him instead of lap dance.
He's an ass licker.
He's an ass eater. That's just what the dude likes. And if you're gonna like it. Don't be a pussy about it. But
just know that if there's consequences that come with it, you're gonna have to deal with them.
Well, that's if you make the choice to talk to people about the things that you do,
right?
Because that's a lot of people have a hard time doing that anyway for their family, their work.
Well, they don't really want to say stuff to their family like, "Hey, mom, guess what? I like to
don't give a
wear
fuck.
women's pants." I know you don't care, but
whatever.
Some guys would be like, "Why? What's?"
I understand the idea though, like of people not wanting to talk about.
I like people to shit on my chest.
Right, their sex life with their family or or maybe their boss or whatever the situation is. So I get it, but if you're going to make that decision to talk about it, just own what it is that you own. Like, just whatever. Be yourself and fuck it. Fuck it. If you've decided to say fuck it and you're going to talk to somebody about it, then, hey, do yourself a favor.
And just be true.
Right. Be yourself.
Now, someone has asked me once, is there anything you would not do that your significant other would be into or is into? Like, is there like one thing you just absolutely refuse? Like, no. I'm not doing this. Or I'm not fucking trying this.
Well, the first thing that pops in my head, are there things that you like to do that I don't like to do? Yeah, we just talked about face fucking. Like, if you want to strap something on.
You don't want to be face fucked? Like a clown?
No, I really don't. No, it doesn't sound like fun to me. It doesn't really sound hot. It's just, it's one of those things. If you gave me enough drugs, maybe, I don't know. Here again, it's not really my thing. So if you want to strap something on and rail my face, that's a tough one. I don't really, but that's not, you've never asked me for that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm. No.
Oh, you want to strap things on and do all kinds of other things. And here again, not my thing.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying is, but is there like one specific thing that is just a hard, flat, not in a million fucking years, even if it would make you come with the thunder?
You would have to give me examples. I mean, like I'd have to take it on a case by case basis. Like straight off rip, I can think of situations in which I would do a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
But it would have to be the right situation.
I definitely, well, I definitely know at least one thing right off the bat is cutting.
Okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't do that. I don't care if you would fucking die in ecstasy. I can't do it.
Okay, well, let me just throw this out here. We're in our midsummer phase of life, right? We've been rolling around there for a good 9 months in the midsummer summer. Like we're shroomed up, baby. We've done so many orgies. We don't know what's up with what's up. And we have these townspeople coming in that we're doing ritualistic carvings with. And, we start to get into it because, we lean in. It's just what happens.
Because that's just who we are.
So during one of these experiences, if we start doing just a little cutty and you're zooted out and you're in the right frame of mind,
I really don't know.
See, you've just had your mind changed about something that you just had a hard no. That goes to the point. But that goes to the point of you have to have an exact situation because there could be a lot of variables. There could be a lot of variables in my state of mind at any point in time that, I don't know, maybe if you align the stars in the right arrangement, this could happen. It could. Maybe.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. I don't know. Well, there was a while, for a while you wanted to get branded and you wanted me to do it. And I was hammered all the time. Like there was not one, even when I was sleeping, I was like shit faced. I would wake up drunk and just continue drinking.
And?
Well, and I wouldn't do it then. So I don't know if I couldn't do it now.
I mean,
I know you're saying you're going to go back to.
What do you mean you wouldn't do it then? No, if I would have provided the shit to do it with and said, okay, this is happening, you would have went right along with it.
Well, yeah, no, but yeah.
There would have been no hard nose. There would have been like, okay, here you go, dickhead. That's exactly how you would have approached it at some point. I would have just waited to one of those times where you'd just
you poked me enough, and I'm just like, fine,
come
all
here,
right,
asshole, we're burning you, bitch. Like, I can completely see you saying exactly that. You know it too.
See, and I'm a biker's
It's
wife.
a good thing I'm here to answer for you, really. Because if I wasn't here to like answer questions for you,
I don't know what I do.
I don't know what you do.
I really don't know.
Well, you know what it is, though. Sometimes you forget things. You forget.
I do forget things.
I've been around you long enough to have seen you be into things sometimes that you're like, I'm not really. I don't know if I'm really into that. And you go, well,
sometimes your mind changes, though. Sometimes either you used to dig something, now you don't, or vice versa.
Correct. Yeah, that doesn't, but there were situations in which you were really into name the thing. Like that was our point from the pre-show,
right?
Was that you, at first, somebody asked if you were into something, and your first answer was, no, I'm not really into it. It's not really my thing. I'm not, I don't really want that. And then I go, wait a minute. You have requested this several different times. There's been way more than one time that you've been like, yes, this is what I want to do. And I want to do this now. Make it rough. And you kind of thought for a second, you went, oh yeah, sometimes I do like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. Right.
I mean, yeah.
Well, so it's a good thing you got a man here to handle things. I got to mansplain your feelings to you sometimes. I have to
I'll make sure to make you a snack when you're done.
Okay.
So you get,
Okay, that's good. Make it something good.
I will.
Put a little effort into it this time.
Yeah, I promise I will. I'll even cut the crust off if I make you a sandwich.
No, stop it. Stop.
Why?
Because.
No one's going to help me.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what I say.
There are lots of people, like I said, just in general, that always think weird things about how we live, or
they do,
or so you can't dump gas on the fire. You know what? Wait a minute. What am I talking about? What do I care? I'm not even on social media. Do what you want. What are you gonna do? Tweet me? Hey, why don't you?
What are you gonna do? Tweet me?
Okay, we're gonna get the Twitter mob after you. I gotta check Twitter to know there's a mob after.
No, they would be like, hey, let him know XYZ.
Okay, yeah, he just laughed. That's what would happen. I guess you could leave me a comment on YouTube. I'd probably see that. So
I'm going to look at you at Hobby Lobby so hard.
Here again, realize that any bit of if somebody was to say something like make a mean comment or whatever, I'm really going to be amused by it. It's going to make me laugh. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, you're not going to get what you want. I'm going to giggle because immediately it lets me know that yes, I am doing something correct. Somebody does not like this, and that is perfect because other people do. So, but you.
It used to be tattoos. Now it's like everybody's got them. It's like they don't make you unapproachable anymore.
Right. So now I just have to let people know how I actually am. And then they kind of go, we still don't want to approach you. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird like that, isn't it? It's weird.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here for the night.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope everyone has a great rest of your shift, week, month, chilling, whatever it is that you are doing at the moment and enjoying this or watching this or whatever it is. Yeah. Do you have anything for me to see?
What?
Swamp Woman is coming out. You gotta check it out. I will leave you the link. We've got Naughty Dirty Nasty Volume 2, Satan Lives, Rise of the Illuminati Hotties.
All the movies that you've been in lately.
That are all out, coming out now. Well, Swamp Woman hasn't been made yet, but anyway, Pete Davidson's gonna be in it. Kiss on Your Pink Bites, Love You Bye. Oh, also, Tampa Bay Screams, April 14th, 15th, 2023. Bye! Come see me! Toodles!
I like tacos and burritos.